So just recall some of the interviews that you might have appeared for, some of the very very high stake meetings and interactions, maybe with very senior leaders or very high stake customer, or maybe a appraisal meeting. So any place where you feel that you have something greater to lose or win, it always creates that turbulence. And irony is, during those interactions, you need your best, you need your intellectual best. The problem is, when you need your intellectual best, your emotional worst comes up. And why does that happen? As we do understand that we have this emotional brain which works on the principles of fight or flight whenever it is threatened. Okay, and threatened not by life, not by some lion or tiger coming in front of it, even like, oh my god, will I get this job or not? Will I get this appraisal or not? Will I get this contract or not? All these are also threat, and our brain responds in the same way it was responding thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago, in the same way, the fight and flight. Amygdala, which is at the center of this whole activity, which is our emotional brain, it gets activated. For our utmost for our best performance, right stability, what we need is another part of the brain which is called prefrontal cortex, which sits just behind the forehead. But emotional brain, amygdala, is the mammal brain. It's an old brain. Prefrontal cortex is a new brain. So amygdala is much more powerful. So you would recall that even with small mood swings, even with small stress, your thinking just gets completely affected. And if it's high stake, your amygdala will be shouting at the top of the voice and saying, oh my god, you are going to lose, you are going to do something. The fight and flight response, all the adrenal, all the cortisol hormones are getting released. This is the time you need oxytocin, you need serotonin, which increases your happiness and calm and stability. Now, whenever you are going for a high stake meeting, this is bound to happen because your amygdala is going to shout, look, it's high stake, it's danger. And it's also true that you need your prefrontal cortex ready. If you don't do anything, whatever is happening, it will continue to happen. But if you really want to make a change, a shift from amygdala to prefrontal cortex, we need to do something. And it's not something huge. There are a few very, very basic, simple exercises which can actually make the big difference. And I suggest you, this just 1.5 minute exercise before any important call, before any important exercise. It's called mindful poise. Poise. What is poise? We are being stable. And stability can be brought in by following some very specific techniques. So imagine that you are just about to begin a call or an interaction or get into a meeting. Mostly these are now online meetings, so you might be waiting over your system and waiting for the meeting. The first principle is never ever rush into such meetings. Okay, you already have all the stress of the outcomes of the meeting, and now as you're rushing, your amygdala will get overheated, your emotions will get overheated. Make sure that you are there, present, ready at least 5 minutes in advance. It's a very common sense advice, but believe me, for your mind, okay, it makes so much of difference. Okay, so as you're sitting and you're waiting, okay, rather than getting very anxious thoughts about what could happen, do this simple exercise. Okay, now the exercise objective is very simple. We want prefrontal cortex to be more active, amygdala to be less active. We want to bring our focus into the present moment experience, which is one of the foundations of mindfulness. And as we do that, our brain then starts responding in a different way because amygdala becomes lesser active and our prefrontal cortex become more active. Now, how do we bring our attention to the present experience? We got to take our attention very consciously with a few experiences. So here's the suggestion. Okay, and you can follow this 20-20-20 formula. Okay, whenever you are going to face any meeting. So what do? As soon as you come for a meeting, you are waiting for it, the first thing that you do is become aware of your surroundings. Most of the times, we don't even know where we are sitting, what's the color of the walls, what's the objects. Many things we have just not noticed, even inside our own house. So just pay very, very specific attention. Okay, just become present to your surroundings. 20 seconds. That's it. 20 seconds. Okay. The next 20 seconds, close your eyes and become aware of your posture. And you would realize that you are sitting in an uncomfortable posture. Most of the times we don't realize. Okay. And as soon as you realize, just relax. Okay. And continue for 20 seconds being aware of your posture and your body. And next 20 seconds, pay conscious attention to your breathing. Okay. So focusing on breathing itself will help, and breathing properly consciously will also add on to the mellowing down of the amygdala and more activation of prefrontal cortex. Do this 60-second exercise. If you can make it 120 seconds, if you can make it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, nothing like that, but make a small start. So whenever you are going for an important meeting, interaction, a difficult interaction, and you may want to practice it with very small meetings. So from tomorrow, do this practice. From tomorrow, your first or second meeting, decide, first or second meeting, one meeting in a day, you will practice this 1 minute formula before the meeting. That's it. Once in a day, 1 minute. Do it for 3-4 times and you would realize how much it is working. And then you can find out your own ways. What I have shared with you is a very typical way, but you can make your own creative ideas in terms of how do you bring the focus and attention into the present moment. Any type of difficult situation, any type of very high stake interactions, use mindful poise for 1 or 2 minutes. It is going to be really, really powerful.